How we move?
Yeah.
Is it just you?
Yeah. Yeah. Up from the camera.
Alright, yeah. New angle.
But one of the first things that you said to me that like sticks with me every day was it's like you're never gonna sell like it depends on what your goal is. You're never gonna sell if you're trying to introduce a new silhouette at our size. It's just not gonna happen. Like
At our size.
if Ye did it, maybe
Oh, right, yeah,
maybe 100 people buy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very experimental.
But for for us, you're never gonna sell it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, if you're doing it for styling, that's fine.
Yeah, only for stuff.
But then,
yeah.
right,
No,
yeah.
dude, I'm not.
I thought about like, I can sell anything. Not I will sell anything, but I can sell anything. You know, I can sell my toothbrush
Yes.
on eBay. This is Darwin's toothbrush. No one's going to buy it, but it's going to be available. So
Yes.
this is just one of those.
That's
things.
what this is.
Maybe a
Let's
girl
sell.
will buy it. You know what I mean? Like,
But like,
maybe some girls will buy it. Like,
but
guys
maybe,
won't
but
buy
like,
it.
why are we?
Even doing it. This is my personal expression, bro. This is
Well-
this is a fiction program.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I've been trying to figure out. Is like, what am I actually doing? And like the game I'm playing here by making t-shirts is actually about doing the. Ignore this. I was trying to figure out how to do the.
I'm not even looking at Like, I'm just thinking
All of this is for the content because I think that the only way to operate with any kind of influence is to be a content creator in some capacity.
which is why I want to talk to you.
You build some form of consistency. So like because there's no point being like, I had an idea to drop a thing and then blah. Like you have to consistently throw shit at the wall until something sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you're going to do that is if you give yourself a buffer.
But, okay, so what you're saying is have a behind the scenes period.
I'm saying,
What you're saying is have a production period.
essentially, but
But
it's,
what do I do during the production period? Stay silent?
yeah, you haven't started yet. You don't need, but here's my theory, is when you start, you need to be, it needs to, like the train can't stop.
Shit hot, bro.
Yeah, I only turn it off when the water.
Oh, okay.
When you start, the train can't stop until you find what works and then you go and do that. But until that point, you need, like, it's a consistency game. It's a quantity and consistency game. And so, in theory, you could film post tonight, film tomorrow, post tomorrow. But if one thing goes wrong in your life, there's now no consistency and then you've got a 3-day gap and then,
Dude, you're so fucking right, bro. The answer's so simple. Like,
So-
and the content is all around us as well. That's
You-
one thing that we're never.
the content is all around us and you do it. You do it all the time. That's the whole point of this camera. It's the whole point. Because my theory is that you're doing, like, people are just at home on their phones all the fucking
doing
time.
fuck all, yeah.
Consuming.
Yeah.
And we are both trying to consume less and make more. And whether we're making or we're having conversations or all of that is a plus. All of that is content. It needs to be put, doesn't need to be, but if we want to play this game, you need to figure out a way to get you essentially need to daily vlog with extra steps.
Yeah, no shit, bro.
That's just the game. It's the
Yeah.
only way to do it.
Yeah, for real.
Because
The only thing is, like, while I was posting content stories and shit, it was cool to build a character, like,
Yes.
something of a way to express myself, but there was no, like, reels or posts or anything like that were entering the algorithm. Because stories don't enter the fucking algorithm.
and you were too busy doing stories, you should have just been every day when you wake up doing a morning, like set the camera up. This is what we're doing today. I'm figuring anything out. You can edit back anyway. I don't know what it looks like. Like I don't know what it actually looks like for you.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah, not like that.
I would walk back into Noble
It's
and
all
you would have sketched up a new thing when I was there. Or I'd walk back in and you'd done like you'd done like 4 things. You'd be like, and then this is the idea and then like
Like, why isn't that being brought
If you
up?
want a place to start, actually, here's a place to start. I can give you the footage from the Noble days,
Yeah.
and you're cringing at it now, but you need that's the process. And whether it's in that form for you, but look at it and be like, okay, well, I did this, I said this. Like, you're like, oh, well, I want to, like, we're so stupid. You're like, oh, I want to start a stylized talk show host with fashion integrated content so that I can do my speech where I talk about the thing that I'm passionate about right now. You just did it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Why are you like running it through like 15
More
different
filters.
alterations and then like dressing it up in clothes and then shipping it and then being like no one cares? Just try and get it live. And then it's not like you're going to run out of speeches. You're doing research every day.
Oh, right, yeah.
And if you don't get the thing when it's live,
Yeah.
you're going to miss it. And you're going to bastardize it by the time you get to doing it in a cool way.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That does happen. I'm very familiar with that. Yeah, well, maybe the way to just hit the algo, well, not hit the algo, but literally just get the ball rolling, is to create the crudest version of what it is.
It's a quantity game.
Right.
You've got the content. Like you do the content in
It's
real
just
life.
Fucking, like, the first step is always so cringe, bro. It's gonna suck.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah, that's part of developing
Yeah,
public.
yeah, yeah.
That's what makes it.
Like, my whole thing is, like, always cool, you know, like, my desire, you know, the way I want to be, like,
And I'm not saying you can't do that. You can do that. You can be always cool, mysterious guy, but you can be always cool, mysterious guy 3 days of the week and do floors 4 days. You don't have to do this.
Nah, that might have miscommunicated it. What I meant was, like, cool, mysterious as in always in control, you know? Like, I feel like that's the, like, that's the best form of coolness. Just in control. You can be a freako,
Yes.
you can be,
Yep.
just, the thing is, this sort of character that I'm
Yeah.
developed, which is just, it's a stylized version of who I am.
Yes.
It's not like I'm creating him out of nowhere
Yeah.
as some schizo.
What I'm saying to you is that you're in the game that we play, this creative fashion, blah, blah, whatever the fuck, I want to do a TV show game. The only way to be in control is to do the yay arc and go all the way to the top and back around and somehow have enough of an audience that sticks to be independent. That's the only way to be fully in control. Otherwise, you are always at the behest of an advertiser. Always. It's the only way that you make money. Even Yay's at the behest of, he's at the mercy of Instagram. If he gets banned on IG, he's got to now find a way to communicate to all the people that enjoy his shit. You can't shout in the street
We just go to Twitter.
because he's friends with Elon.
His Twitter was goated.
Because he's friends with Elon.
Yeah, but Twitter's free now.
This is what I'm saying. If Elon sells Twitter and Jeffy B buys it, goes fuck you, banned. You're still you can be in control, but you can never be fully in control. In this game.
I'd like to know, like, I'd like genuinely, I would like to know what you're really referring to. Like, when I say in control, I just mean like in control of my life. You know?
Yes.
But when it comes to this social thing, which might be an example of a bigger way of having to be in control. But it's also like they control you. So what you're, in my perspective, from my opinion, what I'm hearing is that you have to be in control, but you also have to be in control. No, you have to be in control, but you also have to allow yourself to be controlled. I'm not saying that in an attacking way. I'm just saying it's
No. You play this. There's some reason why you and me are not doing trades, because that's the easiest thing to do that makes the most money. You just be a builder. We're smart enough to be a builder. We could have just been builders, but we're not.
Why? Made damn good ones as well.
But why are we not?
Because we, stance?
Yeah, go.
Because we're still influenced by our mothers.
Yes.
That's it, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah. We're dreamers. We're, yeah.
dreamers, there's ego tied in that. But we want influence
Mm.
because we think that we have ideas that are cool and we have opinions on things, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, ours is more romantic. Like, the difference between us and a tradie is the tradie wants to be the head of the CFMEU one day. You know, his ambition is just the same as ours is, or just the same as people who do our shit is. It's just our ambition is to be in Paris, whereas his ambition is to be the head of the CFMEU, or like a hot shot builder, you know, or some
Yep.
shit like that.
And the way that you do that is by because that's a real business. You make houses and people need to live in a house, so they buy your house.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it's a real business. We don't operate in a real business. Even though we make tangible products, people have tangible product. They don't need t-shirt, they don't need a TV show, they don't need.
Mhm.
So we operate, we're selling like
Design.
idea, mind game, da 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 da. We're selling, it's all airy fairy.
Well,
None of
perhaps-
it's tangible.
Perhaps what we're doing is we're selling desire.
Yes,
Because if they don't desire it, they won't purchase it. So
Correct.
that's what we have to sell them.
correct.
That's why I'm creating this shit, because like the niche that I want to like attack doesn't have any of this. You know, so
Yes.
if I'm being completely honest as well, now that I'm like re-reviewing everything that we've spoken about, I do want to develop in public, but I don't want to develop in public at all to our audience, our shared audience, because they're not the people who are going to be purchasing my products, and they're not the people who I'm watching stuff anyway.
No, but well, and potentially not. But what I'm saying is why, like,
Hopefully not. I'm trying to activate certain people.
none of those kids think, none of the audience that you're talking about
Mhm.
think what you're doing is important. None of the tradies give a fuck about clothes. They don't. You make house, I have wife, I have kid, I build bigger house.
Well, that's why I want to create the content. The clothes will be merchandise for the content. You know, I'm trying to make.
I'm trying to lead you down a road. We're influencers.
Uh-huh.
You're an influencer.
Uh-huh.
The easiest way to be an influencer is to not, like, to be an influencer, it's a quantity game.
Yeah.
It's not a quality game.
Mhm.
Do quantity and consistency.
Mhm.
That is the roadmap to be an influencer.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway. Yeah, rather than like focusing where you're gonna like divert your attention and shit. Why don't you just
We're stupid and we're fucking overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Like, the dumbest cunts are influencers. It's really not hard. It's-
we're cursed, you know this.
But yeah, but like, it's do it consistently a lot.
Mm.
And if you can, and if you want to really work hard, at a high level
Yeah.
too. But more important than at a high level is consistency 1, quantity 2, at a high level 3. Because right now we operate at a high level,
And then everything
Quantity.
else,
consistency.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah, for real.
Because we're not selling a product that people need.
Mm.
So we need to not only do the product, but you have to then manufacture the need, and you have to manufacture the desire.
Yeah.
How do you manufacture desire with influence? You just need to throw shit at the wall so something sticks.
You need to be able to put yourself in a position to influence people.
Yes.
They can't be influenced if they're not fucking exposed to the information.
Correct. And how do you do that? You throw as much shit out there as you can.
Yeah. And you just build on top of it, right?
It's a snowball because at any point, like every time you put anytime you put something in public, the 300th one you do doesn't necessarily, it'll be the best, but it isn't necessarily the one that's going to stick. Maybe after you do the 300th, the 130th one and backwards sticks, and then you pivot and you go. But you have to do the 300 things. But all of them, like, you're just adding more. Instead of dropping one thing every 6 months and being like, I've got one ball in the lottery, I hope I win this week, you need to drop a ball in every day.
Well, look, I wish Chen was in the room because you obviously know that his perspective is high quality, and then do that as often as you can. You know what I mean? That's his perspective, which is like, see if you can be consistent and high quality every day.
That's the ideal.
But that's fucking.
But I think we
terrible.
cope and we go, okay, cool, I'll be high quality inconsistently. No, it's be consistent at a high quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Example, if I take an iPhone and I point it at my face and I sit in the corner of my bedroom on the floor with my knees tucked up to my chin next to my bed, I can't post that shit. You know what I mean? That goes without fucking saying, you know? So there needs to be a bar of at least have a fucking curtain behind you, or like be in nature, or ask your friend who owns like a really nice BMW if you can sit in his BMW while you film it.
But you have taste, so that's not the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is because you're never going to put yourself in those positions. What I'm saying is you've done the hard work already. You're never in the corner of everything like this.
Mm.
You just need to do you on video.
Oh right, just publish the.
What you're already fucking doing. You're already doing the thing. You don't need to like neurotically overthink, well now I'm on camera. That's why I have this always going.
Yeah.
Because I've forgotten now. It's just always on. Because everything I do is develop in public. I go through and I go, yep, there's something there, yep, there's something there, yep, there's something. I'll just like skim through each of the things and I'll remember because I'll remember the day. I'll be like, oh, that was a thing there. Yep, that was something important there potentially. That was something important there. Skim through again, get it into YouTube video size things, 10 minutes. Then each of those 10 minutes, skim through again, get a reel at least or two out of each one.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
I'm just doing this.
At least there's a system.
filter.
At least there's a system.
But the reason why I'm doing that is because the raw live conversation is so important that the work is me doing the filtering instead of like you've got heaps of really good raw but maybe only some of it's important and I got to filter that down to get it versus what you're doing, which is trying to figure out you're building it the other way.
Yeah.
You're spending 6 months trying to figure out what the purest form of the idea is. By that point, you don't care about the idea anymore. You move on to something else.
Facts. Yeah.
So I'm getting the idea while it's hot, and then later when I'm in like dead time, I can go and filter it back down,
Mm-hmm.
cut it to its purest form, go.
Yeah. Then that is what we shall do. The show is talking point. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
That's, you know what? It's kind of like what I do. But I think the magic comes in having other people there that aren't scripted.
Mm.
This is what I've found with this, is that, because I talking point it sometimes too. I'll be on the tram and I'll get an idea, I'll be like, oh my god, that's a really interesting thing that I want to bring up. I need someone else in the studio to do it. I'd write it down in my notes, and next time like me and Nadra are in here, I'll be like, you know what I was thinking about? What do you think about blank? And I'll do it and I'll go, oh, yeah, because that's da-da-da-da, that's the magic. The unscripted interaction, and then where do you go from there?
Yeah.
I think you can talk, you're right, you can talking point it, because I kind of mentally talking point it sometimes. Sometimes it's live and it just happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to talking point it to get it to happen.
Well, the conversations I've had with you were talking pointed in my head long before I spoke to you about them. That's why I can speak to them about them with you with such knowledge or confidence.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So I think talking pointed is fine, but I think that the magic comes in the reaction of the other person and you getting challenged in ways, because you can't, it's like going into a maze and knowing the way out. Like you need to go into the maze. The interesting part is watching the interaction with somebody, like you've been clearly thinking about X talking point. I haven't. What's my instant, how am I going to challenge it, da da da, like that's what's the magic.
Yeah.
So how do you design a show or something that's easily doable, because it needs to be consistently over high quality. It can be quality as well, but it needs to be consistent and a lot.
Yeah.
You can talking point it, absolutely, but there needs to be some other magic element, whether it's another person, whether it's something that's live.
Well, I'll find the answer to that.
You will, but those are the questions that you're trying to...
Yeah, but a big takeaway that I found right now is that the show cannot exist in a vacuum. So there's going to have to be something that primes the audience in order for the show to exist. If you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Like, I can't just drop the show tomorrow. Even if I had the sickest edit made tomorrow and acted the way I wanted to act. I delivered the lines the way I wanted to deliver them. We did cool 3D edits. We got some.
Yeah.
We used your fucking AI knowledge that you're developing right
Yeah.
now. We animated some kitty bears into the show.
Yeah.
You know, like we just fucking took it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. If I drop it tomorrow, it won't do numbers.
No.
Because it's being posted in a vacuum.
It's being posted to no one.
Yeah.
And posting it to no one, you're relying on the algo this time, this one day out of 365 days in a year, to Hail Mary God choose your thing to be the thing that it shows to somebody, who then on another Hail Mary shows it to their friend, who then on another Hail Mary.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I'm walking into the deserted highway, putting my thumb out and expecting a Lamborghini to pull over and pick me up.
Because that's the best thing about it is there's no, as soon as it's public, it's not wasted content.
Yeah, there's no expiry.
Because every day you roll the ball.
Mhm.
Now you got 2 balls because you posted 2 days in a row.
Uh-huh.
Now 3 days in a row you got 3 balls.
Yeah, and they go back and they can look at your balls.
Damn right.
Yeah,
And they will. Because
Alright,
nobody's doing anything.
I thought I'd walk in here with an opinion on the show, and what I'm walking away with is a perspective that was sorely needed, and your opinion of the show is not even necessary.
No.
Because that's not what the issue was. There was another issue going on.
We're designers. We've been
Yeah.
doing the same shit for 3 years,
Yeah.
and this is my, okay, how can I do this differently?
I walked into your place and I was like, "Do you want to try my my strawberry custard?" And you're like, "Dude, your legs broken. I can see the bones sticking out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
calling an ambulance. What
Yeah.
are you gonna do with this?"
Yeah,
And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "It's amazing, but we gotta fix
But we
that."
gotta do,
We gotta
yeah.
fix it.
And that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.